another episode of the Movie Brothers. I'm Ant, and this is Kev.
He's the DJ, I'm the rapper.
That's what it is. Hey, y'all, we got a great show lined up for you today. On today's episode, we're going to review the movie Captain Phillips, which is rated PG-13, has a runtime of 2 hours and 14 minutes. It's an action thriller, and basically this movie is based on a true story. The incident that happened in 2009 off the coast of Somalia, where we had Captain Richard Phillips, who was the captain of a huge cargo ship that basically is taken over by Somali pirates.
Right.
Yep.
This movie is directed by Paul Greengrass. You know his work from the Bourne movies, the Bourne, the Bourne Supremacy and the Bourne Ultimatum. Specifically, he didn't do the Bourne Identity, but he did do the Supremacy and the Ultimatum. And it stars Tom Hanks, the inimitable Tom Hanks, and also newcomer, all right, Barkhad Abdi, okay, who does a fantastic job. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yep. All right, so with that said, let's take a look at the trailer.
This is Mask, Alabama.
We are an unarmed freighter. We have two skiffs approaching with armed intruders.
Potential piracy situation.
Copy, Alabama. You should alert your crew and get your fire hoses ready.
Yeah, is that it?
Chances are it's just fishermen.
They're not here to fish.
Stick together, and we'll be all right.
1 minute, I will kill all your friends.
If you're gonna shoot somebody, shoot me!
Relax. Everything gonna be okay. Look at me.
Sure.
Look at me.
Sure.
I'm the captain now.
All right, y'all. Hey, we got a banger on this one. Anytime I go into battle, I gotta have Tom Hanks on my team, man.
Captain Tom.
Captain Tom Hanks is my hero. He put it down in this movie, y'all. I mean, he's a beast, is all I can say. In terms of his performance in this movie, he's a beast.
Yeah, who would have thought from bosom buddies to Captain Phillips?
He's come a long way, huh?
He has come a long way, and he carries this film. I mean, he does an outstanding job. The acting in this movie is top notch. I think I mentioned Barkhad Abdi, newcomer. I think this is his first major film. He plays the lead Somali pirate, and he is mesmerizing, man. Every time you see him on film, he commands your attention.
Yeah, he is. And actually, you know, he has some other pirates along with him, some other Somali pirates, and you know, all of these guys are new in terms of, you know, being in feature films. And you know, from what I understand, they did the casting in Minneapolis. There's a large Somali population, but you know, all these guys, this is their first time doing this, you know, type of work, and they all did a phenomenal job.
Absolutely. But you know, you cannot talk about this movie without talking about Tom Hanks and the job that he does and the way he pulls this role off. It is phenomenal, the job that he does. We will see him definitely in March during Oscar season.
Yeah, I think we might see him holding one of those trophies.
Yeah,
for sure. What struck me, you know, so much about this film, and what I was really impressed by about Paul Greengrass, is that, you know, we know this story. This was in the news. This was all over CNN. This was worldwide news. So we know how the story begins and how it ends. Yet I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Right.
I mean, it was a nail biter, and I mean, I thought that was very artful of Greengrass to be able to pull that off.
Absolutely. And when you look at this film, it's a very claustrophobic film, especially the second half. It's shot in very tightly confined spaces, but you feel that it's part of the whole adventure that you're on in this film, and you have to be there in order to buy into this film. In order for him to sell it to us the way that he does, you have to feel that claustrophobia. You have to feel that tightening, that constriction that Tom Hanks and the characters felt while they were going through this ordeal.
Yeah.
And Paul Greengrass pulls that off perfectly.
Yeah, you feel like you're off the coast of Somalia. And you're sweating, and it's hot.
And you can smell everybody's funk.
Yeah, okay. You can smell the P-funk through the screen. Trust me.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. And another thing that I really appreciated was the fact that Paul Greengrass could have painted the Somali pirates as just bad guys. But the fact that we get a glimpse of where they come from and the lifestyle that they had and that they lived makes us understand, at least to a certain degree, why they do what they do and why they're willing to put their lives on the line, for, really money that goes to some boss,
Right.
okay, that they hand it over to.
Yeah.
They don't really benefit from the spoils of what they capture.
True that. Yeah, so basically, I mean, it puts your mind in that space where, at least for me, I did have sympathy at the end of the day for these guys because, it brings you to the question of, if any of us are backed into a corner, what would you do or what wouldn't you do?
Right. What would you
how
do
far
to
would you
support your family if you really had to?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking life and death, eating and not
Absolutely.
eating. So, how far would you go? So it's an interesting perspective also that Greengrass, brought to the direction and the storyline of this film. And I tell you, man, I'm, wasn't in the military and not I guess you could say not the most patriotic guy,
Right.
but some movies hit me where, I just want to sing that I'm proud to be in America.
But don't though.
Don't do that. But in this movie, you get that because when you see these Navy ships come out, man, and you got the Navy SEALs, which, by the way, I was almost a Navy SEAL, but what had happened was, I got asthma, and then like some other things happened. So long
I was
story
just
short,
scared of bullets. I was just scared
you
to
was
get
scared
shot.
of bullets.
Yeah, I
So,
just want to get shot.
with all of that said, instead of you, hearing about me as a Navy SEAL, I'm sitting here with Kev talking to you.
All right, so you have any final thoughts about Captain Phillips, man?
Man, A1 movie, excellent, worth every single penny. I'm ready to throw some points on this thing.
All right, let's throw some points on it. I'll go first. Okay.
Do it, man.
I thought Captain Phillips was a taut, suspenseful thriller. You cannot ask for a better piece of entertainment. Okay, it's the calm before the storm that makes it feel so realistic. I got to give this movie an 8.5 on a scale of 1 to 10.
All right, taut. Man, that sounds good. What is that? Is that a good thing, taut?
It's good to be taught.
Okay.
It means that it's under control. It's concise. They got it together. Paul Greengrass did his thing.
All right, it was taut, y'all. Okay, for me, hey, Tom Hanks did the doggone thing in this movie. I don't even use this word typically when I'm talking about films, but his performance was riveting, y'all. It was riveting. Towards the end of the movie where basically he's about to be saved and the Somali pirates are being taken out by the Navy SEALs, man, it shook me to the core. And I'll leave it at that. But with all of that said, I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Excellent.
One last word. The last 30 minutes or so of this film are some of the most suspenseful moments that you will ever see on film, period. Okay? You've got to, I'm telling you, the last 30 minutes alone justify the entire 2 hour and 15 minute experience.
No doubt.
Okay?
Yeah, there you have it, y'all. Well, that's our show. Once again, we thank you guys for hanging out with us. I'm Ant. This is Kev. We are the Movie Brothers, bringing you nothing but the real on the real.
Peace.
Peace.